So I wanted to talk about this game for a while now. I decided not to because I wanted to see how it evolved. But apparently I have been caught off short and we might not have a future for this game, let alone a bright future. There wasn't much of a future to begin with, but I guess it is what it is. I guess somewhere deep down we were expecting something like this, but moreover, we were hoping not to have something like this or not to go through something like this again. Because if you're an avid MMO player, going through these types of scenarios and situations, I guess you're tired of it. I guess we're all tired of it, and yeah, we don't really have many good examples of successful Kickstarter MMOs that actually did something. Or yeah, MMOs, because in general I think if we're talking about single player games, it's different and you could see more success. But dwelling in the MMO genre, this is a more difficult area and a more difficult market to do something new and survive and just innovate, unfortunately. But yeah, we have a statement from Steve. Apparently, it's over. I think this is the kind of done. I'm not sure what we can expect if this is real, because okay, let's go about the assumption that we just have some screenshots from the Discord from some people online, and it's just some discussion going about. Uh, and allegedly, I think it's over, but we will still need to wait for the actual official statements and see where it's gonna go from there. But yeah. So the statement from Stephen, quote, I can make a limited statement in my personal capacity and not on behalf of the company regarding the situation. Control of the company shifted away from me, and the board began directing actions that I could not ethically agree with or carry out. As a result, I chose to resign in protest rather than lend my name or authority to a decision I could not ethically support. So following my resignation, much of senior leadership's team resigned. Following those departures, the board made the decision to issue a WARN Act notices and proceed with a mass layoff. I cannot responsibly speak for further details at this time due to ongoing legal and governance matters. What I can say is that the developers and staff acted in good faith and deserve better than the uncertainty they are now facing. Yeah. So I'm incredibly dismayed by the situation. Stephen Sheriff. So this is a situation that I don't think we're familiar with because I don't think we were aware of anything like this going on. At least I wasn't. If someone else out there, I don't know, any fans that followed the story, you know, there were issues with them like this. I don't know, let me know. But I haven't heard of anything like this, let alone of a board, because from what we know, the only board is Steven. And that's it. It's Steven and his partner, I guess, but that's it. So who's in that board? Nobody talked about that. So that's very confusing, I guess, for all of us. And I think there's people out there that found like documents, legal documents about the registration of the company, showing the board members, but I don't want to show that on screen. Just you can find it if you want it, but I just want to see official statement from them saying, talking about this and you know, confirming everything, because as it is now, you can join the game, you can play the game still, so the servers are up. So we're not really sure what's happening. But let alone the rocky start that Ashes of Creation had, the Alpha Lounge. Oh, awful. What the fuck am I talking? The Alpha Lounge was not a great one. The game is far from being a game. So it's, yes, it's a very alpha state game, and it's not a WoW killer. It's not any killer. It's barely surviving in the state. So it's not much to go on about. They have a lot of work to do, so I'm not sure if it's because of the feedback they received the past 2 months. with everything going on, and they realize the amount of work they have to do. But yeah, it's not looking well, of course. I hope there's a way back from this. I mean, we would hope so, but I hope this wasn't the scam we all feared it was gonna be. But who the fuck knows at this point? Because I certainly don't know what to believe anymore. It's been so many years. It's been so much involvement from their side, to be fair. And yeah, I have no idea. I have no freaking idea what's gonna happen next. But my money is on the flop side because it's not looking well. So, well, what do you expect? We cannot have much hope when all we see is this. So yeah. Yeah, there's people talking about class action lawsuit about, being it a scamming, getting their money back. So I'm not sure this is just a Reddit post. I'm not sure if people are gonna act on it, but uh, thinking about everything and everyone involved, being that there's people that have backed tens of thousands of dollars, I think, in this. Yeah, things can happen. They promised in the past that they will continue the development and discuss with the players, and the fact that if Ashen of Creation will not launch, they promised to refund all backers. So I'm not sure how we feel about this because having the game on Steam, the alpha, is that a launch? Do we consider that a launch or is it not a launch? How I don't know how does it both with this because it's kind of sketchy. So if let's say allegedly your game is fucked and you don't have much to do about it, you lost your funding, or it's much difficult than you would expect it to be. Do you do this to say you launched it so you don't have to refund anybody back? Do they still have the money to refund them? But I don't think so. It's been so many years and yeah, so much money. So I don't know. So I'm really I want to say really hopeful that it's not gonna be a shit show, but I'm really interested on how it's gonna pan out. So yeah, yeah. Another statement about the refund and the game if it's not launches. So the game launches on Steam. So I'm not sure what's the fine line printing on launching the game, launch in full release or launch as an alpha. I don't know. I don't know. Initially, I was hopeful because launching the game on Steam in its current state, it was meant to be like good feedback for them to have from just random players, casual players, to know their feedback because of course this game was catered for a specific group of people and it's a bit more niche, so to speak, and it's not going to appeal to everyone. So the dip in population was you are not going to see like big numbers like WoW or other big names out there. But it's not easy to sustain the game with under 10,000 players. Such a game, even at launch, at full launch, maybe it will survive a period, but not that many years with a monthly subscription. But talking about the game is not even, it doesn't even look like 25% finished. There's so much work to be done there. I mean, there's not even, like I said, it's barely surviving at the states and the amount of work you need to do to have something, finished, playable with loops of gameplay for the players. It's unfathomable, but it's not even close. So I don't want to sound pessimistic, but this sounds like something that could be plausible. But then again, I don't want to point fingers or yeah, but you start to think. You know, you invested money in this, so you start to think, what's the goal? What's the end goal for the devs here? And again, back to the board, because they said 5 years ago, Steven said that he's a player, he knows about MMOs, and there's two main aspects about the game. But the one that stands out, thinking about his statement right now, you know, his recent statement on Discord and the one from 5 years ago, well, where he said, quote, "Who we aren't governed by greedy corporate overlords. I'm funding the project, so no investors or board to answer to." Right? So what? No board, no investors. So so what the fuck is this? If there was an update, a shift in, I don't know, the company and everything, why not communicate it to everyone? Because that would raise concerns to everyone about their funding, about their investing, about you know, how they feel about the game further. But why? So what the fuck is this then? Right? So no investors or a board to answer to, no publishers to appease. We speak with the community and not to the community. So why didn't you speak with the community if you had a board onboarded further on, you know, that you had to appease to? And why? And we actually listen to feedback and value respect and respect our players. So how if you're funding it, if you are the board, then how? I'm just lost at this point. So what's real? Even what was real? Was this was everything a lie? Was how? Yeah. So that's the main question. Plus, you know, 2 days ago we had a director's letter to the citizens, to the players, where everything seems to be all fine and dandy. You know, talking about problems, cheating, PvP issues surrounding the game's bugs, content, everything, performance stability, you know, just the usual things that you would expect from a game that's in development. So this was like 2 days ago, and to ensure we can speak clearly and thoroughly about what's next, we've moved our upcoming development update on Twitch on February 13th. So basically, it was an update for Q1. But if everything is real that surfaced about the closing of the studios, the layoffs, the quitting, resigning of Steve and everything, are we gonna have this or not? So I don't know. We have a statement on Discord, which I guess it's, or let's not presume, which may or not, may be or may not be real. No official statement, I guess, as of yet. We're waiting for that to see. The game servers are on. You can join the game. And that's about it. I'm curious about the updates, but it's not looking good. So it's the faith in the MMO community is not good, and the general livelihood of everything. When you see something new, at this point, I give up. There's not a chance. There's even a slim chance that we're gonna see something new out there. Let's just wait for an official statement, and let's see if we're gonna have this in 2 weeks. And I don't know, man. This is fucked up.